Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. We're continuing Maseches Bikurim, Perek Aleph, Mishnayos Gimel and Dal. Mishnah Gimel states, "Ein mevin Bikurim chutz min Shivas Aminim." As mentioned yesterday, Bikurim only applies Shivas Aminim. Lo mitmarim shebaharim. This is a unique halacha. Even though tamarim dates are one of the Zayin Minim, if they're found in the hill in the mountains where they don't grow so well, they don't produce a luscious date that everyone the majol dates from. I don't know where they get the majol dates from. Some Arab country. Velomi peros, maybe Jordan. Velomi peros shabamakim, and not from fruits. Let's say grapes or pomegranates that are in the valleys. They don't grow so well. Velomi zeisei shemen, and not from inferior olives. She'enam min amufkar, that are not the best type of olive. Some olives produce really pure virgin olive oil. Some don't. In Mevian, we'll discuss any Mitzian why these things are exempt, even though Shivas Aminim seemingly should include even ones that are inferior. If you can eat it, it's edible, there should be applied Bikurim. Why Bikurim doesn't apply, I'll explain it in Mitzian. And Mevian Bikurim Kodam Latzeres. You also can't bring Bikurim. You have to wait until Latzeres. Normally, during the summer season, the spring and summer season, you harvest your crops. You don't bring Bikurim before Shavuos. The Gemara, the Mishnah says the reason in a second. Actually, hard Svoim, Heviu Bikurim Kodam Latzeres will kill them. A certain type of people, they try to bring it before Shavuos. They didn't accept him. Chag HaKosir is the holiday of the harvest, Shavuos. And what do you bring on Shavuos? You bring the Shtei Alechem, which is 2 loaves of bread, which is called Bikurim, also Lechem Bikurim. The first Bikurim, it has to be the Lechem Bikurim. It's also called Bikurim. What the relationship between the Lechem, the Shtei Alechem, and the regular mitzvah of Bikurim, we'll have to talk about more going forward. But that is called Bikurim, and that's the first Bikurim. So therefore, until Shavuos comes, bring Shtei Alechem, you can't bring the other Bikurim which comes from the Zayin Aminim. Dal Elam Avin V'lo Koren. We mentioned in the first Mishnah, certain times you bring Bikurim and you don't read the Parsha. For example, Hager maybe Ve'eno Kore. If you're a ger and you own land, you're a convert, you own land in Eretz Yisrael, you don't say the Parsha. It says in Parshas Gisavo, right? Hashem promised to our forefathers to give to his forefathers were non-Jews. I said, Yisrael, maybe the Koreh, however, if his mother was Jewish, then technically he's a Jew, he's not really a ger. So then he's maybe a Koreh. If he's a ger, this has nothing to do with Bikurim. When he davens, Shemona Esrei, Omer, Elokei Avos Yisrael, not Elokei Avos Seinu. He's not our fathers. Elokei Avos Yisrael, Kshu B'Beis HaKnesses, Omer Elokei Avoseichem. When he's davening in public at Shtei Tzibur, he said Elokei Avoseichem. I say even when Yisrael Omer Elokei Avoseinu. However, his mother was Jewish, then we know your mother is Jewish. You're completely Jewish over here. So therefore, the Rambam actually, Raji Bartanuri rarely brings a Rambam, but he brings a Rambam that he says argues on seeming this halakha. He argues on the Mishnah. Hager maybe a Koreh. They can say Avoseinu because Avram Avinu, who was the progenitor of all people, right? Real Avhamon Goyim, right? So he was called one of the Avos, Avoseinu. So therefore, even though he's not Jewish, right? Abraham had Yishmael, or the Arabs come from. So you can still, even if you're a ger, everyone basically descended from Avram. So you can say Avoseinu. The Rambam argues on this Mishnah seemingly. I don't know who we paskin like, but seemingly we paskin. Okay, Avoseinu. I haven't heard a Shlich Tzibur get up. Maybe there's a ger davening with Shlich Tzibur and say, okay, Avoseichem. That would be interesting to hear. Stay tuned for Iyun Mitzion. We're going to discuss a little bit more Mishnah Gimel, why inferior Shivas Aminim are potter from mitzvah Bikurim. Stay tuned for Iyun Mitzion coming up next.